शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगा। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Verse 51. बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः
बुद्ध्या विशुद्धया युक्तः
धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च
धृत्यात्मानं नियम्य च
शब्दादीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा
शब्दादीन् विषयान् त्यक्त्वा
रागद्वेषौ व्युदस्य च
रागद्वेषौ व्युदस्य च
विविक्तसेवी लघ्वाशी
विविक्तसेवी लघ्वाशी
यत वा कायमानसः
यत वा कायमानसः
ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यम्
ध्यानयोगपरो नित्यम्
वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः
वैराग्यं समुपाश्रितः
अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पम्
अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं
कामं क्रोधं परिग्रहं
कामं क्रोधं परिग्रहं
विमुच्य निर्ममः शान्तः
विमुच्य निर्ममः शान्तः
ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते
ब्रह्मभूयाय कल्पते
ब्रह्मभूतप्रसन्नात्मा
ब्रह्मभूतप्रसन्नात्मा
न शोचति न काङ्क्षति
न शोचति न काङ्क्षति
समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु
समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु
मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्
मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम्
The person who has accomplished Siddhi, the fitness to gain not only knowledge, to get nishtha, steadfastness in it. In what order he gains, that was described from 51 to 53. Brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Kalpate samartha bhavati. He becomes eligible, capable of gaining Brahmadhyana. One who has already got the Siddhi plus all those sadhanas he has undergone. That person now gains Brahmadhyana. He has already got the Brahmadhyana. So therefore he is, who is now? He Brahma Bhutaha. Literally one has become Brahma. We have seen the synonyms for that. Brahma Praptaha. Jivan Muktaha. Jivan Mukta means, generally Jivan Api Muktaha. Even while living Mukta. What do you mean by that? See, this Jnani has got Brahma Jnana. But prarabdha karma is there. Prarabdha karma is there. The question comes, prarabdha for whom? Truly, when Brahma Jnana is gained, sanchita karma, lock, stock, barrel gone, destroyed. Like Jnana Agni Sarva Karmani Bhasmasat Gurde. Agami is going to come, gone. Prarabdha has already begun. Knowledge is incapable of destroying it. It has its own movement, like an arrow that is shot, like a bullet that is shot. You have no control. Gone. The question comes, for whom is this prarabdha? Can the jnani have prarabdha or not is a matter of investigation. Who is this jnani? Not simply borrowed some information from the Shastra, no. When they got aparoksha jnana, his eye is centered where? In the Paramananda Sarupa, Chaitanya Rupa, Atma. He is not, if when his mind is absorbed, he is not aware of the body and what the body undergoes. From that standpoint, Vidyaranya Muni, in Aparokshanubhuti, he analyzes this. And he says, prarabdha karma, truly speaking, for a jnani is not there from his standpoint. Why his standpoint? Mind is absorbed the Swarupa. But from the people's standpoint, those who are around that, oh, this prarabdha jnani, see, is great, or he is suffering because his body suffers. So that is how prarabdha is accounted as for the. But even when, according to prarabdha, he has to suffer because mind is centered in the Atma Swarupa, that suffering is not going to create any mental afflictions. For a common man, when he gets subject to sorrow, it's totally finished. That is not there. So, the ups and downs of prarabdha do not truly afflict him. He is undergoing, but truly doesn't have. So therefore, from that standpoint, he becomes fit to become Jivan Mukta, and he has already become Jivan Mukta. As a result, it is said, described by Bhagavan, he is Prasannatma. Prasannatma. Why Prasannatma? Bhashikara says, Labdhadhyatma Prasadaha. One has got Adhyatma Prasada. What is Adhyatma Prasada? Prasad, you know? In the morning, after puja. See, somewhere in 1970, at the fag end, 3-4 of us brahmacharis at that time happened to be at Mount Abu. Someone arranged the stay, and every day we used to go to Shankaramatham. See, there is one who was a great Swami, Swami Maheshandagiri, great scholar. At that time, he was earlier Harvard's graduate and thorough in Sanskrit like the Pandit. Great scholar, and written many things. So he is there. There was a Shiva temple with a huge Shivalinga up to the roof, as it were. So evening arati we used to go. And afterward, one brahmachari used to give the prasad. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajaayate. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajaayate. By prasada, sarva dukkhanam hani, all sorrows end. That way he was uttering it, he was amusing for us. So that is what. So what is prasada? Not is bhu prasada, not shira and all those things. So what is that? Adhyatma prasada. And what is adhyatma? Pratyagatma. What is pratyagatma prasada? See, because he has accomplished this. What has accomplished? Pratyagatmani. That is adhyatmani. Sarvanartha nivritya. All anarthas, all sorrows, nivritya, because of ending. Sorrows are there so long as you are identified with the body. No more identification. You have nothing to do whatsoever with the guna lakshana of the bodies or sorrows. Now his mind is absorbed where? See, look, not lip service, okay? In the Paramananda Swarupa. And therefore what happens? Sarvanartha nivritya. What happens to him? What is gaining? Paramanandavirbhavaha. Avirbhava, manifestation of his Swarupa Paramanda, that is prasada. That is prasada. Otherwise, prasada meaning we have seen the case of chitta prasada. Do you remember? I had given. What is chitta prasada? That chittasya Brahma Prathananukula Swachhata Adarshavat. That disposition of the Antakarana mind, which is capable of displaying Brahman in its true nature, Parampanda Swarupa, like you see your face in the mirror. But here it is that actual manifestation of Paramanda Swarupa, because already got the knowledge. And that is what? Prasadaha. That is a blessing, favor. Labdhaha yena. The one who has got this. And who is that? Jivan muktena. the one who is Jivan Mukta, Brahma Prapti is there. That person is who? Brahma Bhutaha. He is called as Brahma, he has become. Truly there is no becoming Brahma. What you can become, what you are not. He is Brahma Sarupa, but due to ignorance it appeared as though he lost it, and therefore it appears as though he has gained. Like anything, like key bunch in your pocket and you lost it. And then, oh, I got it. Where you got it? It was already there. So it is a difference of ignorance and knowledge. So this person, Brahma Bhuta, he says, Bhagavan says, Na shochati na kangshati. So he neither grieves for or repents regarding, becomes sorrowful about anything lost. Because he has no gain, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Gaining and losing is from our standpoint of gaining happiness and avoiding sorrows. For him, what is have to do? Nothing. Paramananda Swarupa, totally free from sorrows. Therefore, he doesn't repent or become sorrowful about any loss. Nor does he desire anything. What do you want to desire? See, after a sumptuous lunch, what you would like to eat? But there is for 4-5 hours only. Afterwards you will start hungry and you want to eat. Here is not that. Paramahansa, what else the world can give? This world is too incapable of either giving him joy or taking away something from him. Nothing to do. He continues like this, like a dry leaf. A dry leaf has no its with the wind, no, it goes on. Anywhere it can go. So like that, it seems as this the case of a Mahatma, Parivrajaka, olden days, not nowadays, Parivrajaka. Brahmajnani, Nishtha was there, was walking. Hair grown. Hair grown. What happened was, there was fast wind from the back. And all these hair were coming in front of the eyes. He simply turned right about turn and it started bending on the other side. Even there was no purpose for him to go this side. He turned and went the other side. It doesn't matter because he has no uddesha. He has no purpose as such. Therefore, from this world, he has nothing to gain nor anything to lose. World cannot have any bearing on this person. So therefore, he has nothing to desire. Therefore, what is called as, he has become now Purnaha. Purna also means Anantaha. Ananta also means Anandaha. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate. Purna means Ananta. The movement of Ananta is Ananda. How? Bhuma vai sukham. Chandogya. Alpe na sukham. In anything alpa, limited, there is no happiness. That is bhuma, analpa, ananta. So therefore, you may say ananta means what? Limitless. Ananta is nothing but Ananda Paramananda Swarupa. Anything alpa, limited, breeds sorrow. So these are all synonyms actually, but you should know. So therefore, he is what? Ananta Paramanandaha, Purnaha. We say full. But what that fullness in the case of Brahmajnani, we should know. After good meal, you are full. That's not that full. So therefore, Such a person. What is his disposition? Sarveshu bhuteshu samaha pashyati. This phrase has got two meanings. Morning we have seen Sarveshu bhuteshu samaha pashyati. He sees joys, sorrows in others like him. Just as joy, sorrow mean what to me, so they mean to others. One meaning, based on what is called as Atma upammena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham va yadi va dukkham sayogi paramo mataha. Means he looks upon others alike. One meaning. Otherwise, the morning we have seen, sarveshu bhuti samaha means in the vishama upadhis, in the embodiments which are not the same, good, bad, and all that. Shunicha iva shvapakecha. In and through all these very types of embodiment, samaha, sama brahma, he sees. Now Bhashyakara makes a remark here. He says, this phrase means both, in this verse, samaha sarveshu bhuteshu should be taken as looking upon the joys and sorrow for others as that of oneself. In this phrase here, in this verse, we cannot take samah sarveshu bhuteshu as samadarshana brahma. Samyak darshan cannot be taken. Why? Next phrase, what does it say? Param mad bhaktim labate. By this, Brahma bhavana, Brahma prapti, what does he gain? Param mad bhaktim. The highest bhakti. See, 7th chapter. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukriti norjuna arto jidnyasur artharthi jnani cha bharatarshava. Arjuna, 4 types of people, what they adore me, worship me. One is artha, distressed, either by some calamity or disease or something, he is in an agonizing state. Seeks me. Jidnyasu. ये सब क्या है? What is that about? So that, in fact, somewhere in 1960s, I was just a college boy. Near Mumbai, this is what is called as the Vajreshwari. There was a Mahatma, Nityananda Maharaj, Jivan Mukta, only Kaupina. I said, at that time I was not much this thing, but Mahatma, let me go and see. Went. He was just reclining all the time, eyes closed. In between he opens. And there is a queue, and one by one take darshan and go. Very quiet. And that queue means all varieties of people. Rich, poor, and all those. It means people from all strata of society. And very quiet and all that. I was all there. When I went, somehow what is this all about? What is this all about? Means somebody is there. I don't know. When I happened to go in front of him, suddenly he opened his eyes. I don't know what it is. Even today, I don't know what is the meaning of that. I had folded it. And again. So, what is it all about? They speak of Bhagavan, moksha, jnana, ajnana. He wants to know. Jidnyasu, jnatum ichu. who wants to know what is about. So that is jidnyasu, that is one another bhakta. That is artha, jidnyasu, artharthi. Artharthi means one who wants not only money, all desired objects, artharthi. Vidyarthi, with that, one who seeks vidya. So artharthi, one who wants artha. You know what artha? Literally artha means, you know, artha mantri. Who is finance minister? Artha mantri. What is generally artha means what? Arthyate, prarthyate iti artha. That which is sought. What is it? Na arthyate prarthyate anartha. What you don't seek is anartha. You don't want that. So artharthi, you want wealth, possessions, or fulfillment desire, or health he wants, etc. like that. Then jnani. The fourth variety is who? Jnani. And jnani tu, he said, me only. So, Bhagavan has put this Atma Jnani, Brahma Jnani as the fourth bhakta, and he says, among all those, this Jnani is most dear to me. And who is that Jnani? This is the Jnani. Who? Mad Bhakti, who has got Para, Mad Bhakti he has got. So, it is the fourth variety of Jnani told in the 7th chapter is this person here described where? In the 18th chapter, who after getting Siddhi has undergone all these sadhanas and now he has become Brahma Bhutaha. Param. So therefore, because here Mad Bhakti is there, and next verse Bhagavan is telling, Bhaktya mam abhijanati. By, no, wait. I just quote. See, the tune makes. I said Bhaktya abhijanati to quote in the context where you have to come to the verse as such. Now, Bhaktya mam abhijanati, you will not repeat. So, Bhaktya mam abhijanati. So, I should be careful. So, next verse, by that bhakti, which bhakti? Paramad bhakti. Knows me, yavanasya, we'll see afterwards. So, therefore, that Samyak Darshana is described in the next verse. And this Para Bhakti is given as the sadhana. So therefore, because here Param Madhvik Labhate and it is connected to the next verse as the means of Samyak Darshana, we cannot take Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu as Samyak Darshana. That's what Bhashyakara clarifies. Now in this context, we should know a little about Bhakti. Because our concept of Bhakti is what? Worship, Nama Sankirtana, Puja, etc., go to pilgrimage and all that. Now here, Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana one is got, and that's called as Bhakti. So, we should know exactly what is meant by Bhakti in our Shastras. For like this. For which we have to go to an extent Bhakti Shastra also. See, Bhakti, I have told this already, in short means Preeti Prema, love. And that love towards who? Bhagavan. In that context, we have seen all different types of meaning. Bhakti word, Prema, Preeti, this word should be reserved for love towards Bhagavan. The other things you have to give different meanings, already they are there. Now, what exactly is this Bhakti? Madhusudan Saraswati a great Vedantic scholar who has written Advaita Siddhi. Very, means totally rooted in this knowledge. Simultaneously, he was a great bhakta of Krishna. Great bhakta. And therefore, he has also described about the bhakti. He has got a book what is called as Bhagavad Bhakti Rasayana. Bhagavad Bhakti Rasayana. Yeah. So, in that, he defines bhakti in two ways and presents bhakti as one is sadhana bhakti. Bhakti as the means, sadhana. Other is sadhya bhakti. Bhakti as the end, bhakti as the goal. And how? He gives derivation for both. One as an instrumental case, other as bhavavachaka noun. So let us see now. First, the sadhana bhakti. Bhajyate, sevyate, bhagavadakaram antakaranam kriyate. Bhajyate means sevyate, means bhagavadakaram antakaranam kriyate. You make your antakarana mind conforming to Bhagavat Swarupa. It can be saguna, it can be nirguna, but generally saguna with name and form. So, Bhagavadakaram antakaranam kriyate. Anaya iti, that by which you take to bhakti seva, that is, make the antakarana conforming to Bhagavan, that is, iti karana vyutpatya. You have derived this meaning by karana utpatti, by instrumental case. Bhakti as a means, as an instrument, sadhana, this is what the definition of bhakti is. Vyutpatya. Bhakti shabdena. If we take this meaning, bhakti means these 9 types of sadhana. You have heard? Navavidha bhakti. 9-fold bhakti. What are they? Shravanam, Kirtana, etc. Let us take one by one, and the topmost in this, we can see who is the one. Shravanam. Shravanam is listening to the nature, glories, stories about Bhagavan. In this category fits Parikshit king. Parikshit king gave everything for 1 week continuous. You must have known the background. Parikshit was a great Dharmatma. You know who is he? Grandson of Pandavas. Abhimanyu's son. And great Krishna Bhakta, for a reason is there for that. So, one day he had been for hunting, and he got lost. Hungry, thirsty, first he wanted water. There was a hermitage, and he thought he will get water. The sage therein was totally absorbed in meditation. He asked for water. No response was there. He was a great Dharmatma. Suddenly, me, emperor, doesn't care to give me even water. Somehow, Kali Yuga was to start at that time. A mischief entered in the mind There's a dead snake he was there. He just with that some bow or something, he lifted it and put on the neck of the event. There are some other Rishiputras playing, and his son was also playing on the river bank. They went and told, you son, your father is insulted like that and you are playing here. He went, yes. This boy, he had some power of tapas also, not a Jismati boy. Went and cursed. King has already gone. Within 7 days, you will die of snake bite. It is going to come true. Afterwards, when father is saying, he came to know. He called the son. What you have done? He was the emperor. His condition was like that. Should you do that? Does he know it? No. Then he picked up one very apt disciple who can convey properly and prompted him, go to the emperor and behave this way and tell him this word. And he conveyed. He came to know. And he knew, he was Dharmatma, I have done something wrong. No delay. Son was just child, called the Purohit. Then and there what happened? Gave the throne and take care of him. Went to the Yamuna bank. By that time, emperor going there, reason not known to anyone. All started following. All sages started following. And perhaps in the divine this thing, Shuka came there. And he narrates Bhagavatam. So all 1 week he was listening to that Shravanam. Then comes Kirtanam, narration of Bhagavan. That is Shukamuni. Shuka was narrating it. Smaranam, remembrance of names, forms of Bhagavan. Prahlada. Prahlada is, a unique entity. His bhakti is something unsurpassing. Like, gopis. Gopis' devotion is not ordinary. No Mirabai, no Kabir can come any near gopis. Kabir at one place say, if you consider gopi, 1000 Kabir bah jayenge. This thing is the more than devotion of hundreds, thousands of Kabirs. They can only be ideal, but we can't accomplish them. Some special variety there, like the Prahlada also. So Smaranam Prahlada. So then Padasevanam, attending Bhagavan with the usual photograph. Lakshmi massaging the feet of who? Vishnu. So Lakshmi is the one who attends all the time. Archanam, worship, praise of Bhagavan. Here the ideal person is one King Prithu. Of course, that is in the Puranas, there, King Prithu. Vandanam, salutation, doing namaskaras. Here is Akrura. Akrura is one of the uncles of Krishna. He is the one who had come to take Krishna to Mathura. Kamsa told Akrura. So then comes the Dasyam, servant, Hanuman. Sakhyam, friendship, Arjuna. Atma Nivedanam, Here, Atma Nivedanam is Swa Sharira Nivedanam. That is, offering one's body to Bhagavan. That is Bali Chakravarti. Bali Chakravarti. These are the 9 types of this. This is called sadhana bhakti. By the by, sadhana bhakti is indispensable for everyone. And to some extent you are taken to, there happen to be 2 types of seekers. Those who have got aptitude to take to Atma Vichara, Shravana, self-inquiry, they take to Vedantic inquiry, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. But those who have got that heart to melt for Bhagavan, that Hridaya Dravikarana, means if they hear the name of the Bhagavan, tears will drop down. Their throat gets choked. Such pouring of love is not possible to everyone. Suppose they go to the mandir of their Aradevata. They're so emotional. For them, bhakti. Thereby, their mind gets so absorbed in the Bhagavad Swarupa with the form. Vairagya is there, otherwise not possible. There. They are totally become Bhagavan Maya. As a result, some have even ventured. We don't want moksha. We don't want Brahmadhyana. Because they are tuned, are in tune with that proper, means absorb the Bhagavad Swarupa. Of course, safety device is there. Who? Bhagavan. Whether they want moksha or he takes care. Tesham aham sabuddharta vritti samsara sagarat. I will take care. But it can be said as, what is that? Personal preference. But that doesn't mean it is the truth. Finally, you have to discover your Swarupa. But little more difficulty here than that. Okay. So therefore, this is sadhana bhakti. Now, sadhya bhakti, the same word bhakti is derived this way by Madhusudana Saraswati. Bhajanam antakaranasya bhagavadakarata rupam bhakti. Here bhajanam is what? Antakaranasya bhagavadakara rupam bhakti. Making the antakarana as the Bhagavad Swarupa, that is what bhakti. Even if you make nirguna, bhakti. In that sense, Bhagavan Krishna has used the word bhakti here. Otherwise, a confusing word in this context. So, the antakarana, mind is made Bhagavad Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, Atma Swarupa. That is what bhakti. Even Shankaracharya has used that. Many may not know it properly. We'll see that. So, bhajanam antakaranasya bhagavadakar rupam bhakti. And he justifies that by giving the example of the word vijnanam. Vijnanam anandam brahma. This speaks of vijnana as Chaitanya Swarupa itself as what? Brahma. Vijnana yajnantarute. By vijnana, you what? Take to yajna, etc. Buddhi. As an instrument. Word vijnana as an instrument, buddhi. Word vijnana as a noun, what? The Brahma Swarupa. Like that he says, bhakti can be seen 2 ways, either the means and the other is the goal. Now, in this context, let us take a verse from Viveka Chudamani, where Bhagavan or our Adi Shankaracharya, Bhagavan Bhashyakara, defines bhakti as moksha karana samagram bhaktireva gariyasi. Among the means necessary to gain moksha, bhakti is what? Gariyasi, topmost. Moksha karana samagram. Samagri is material, means sadhanas. That, what is that? Bhakti eva gariyasi. The question is, what is the bhakti meant by Shankaracharya? He defines. What is it? Swaswarupānusandhānam bhakti iti abhidīyate. Definition given by Shankaracharya in this context. When he says among the samagris, means of moksha, bhakti is the topmost, supreme. What is meant there? Swaswarupānusandhānam. Anusandhana means chintana. Repeated thinking of that. Of what? Swaswarupa. Swasya. One's true nature. Now, who is that swa there? That swa is jiva. The individual entity jiva, its true nature is what? Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. So therefore, the Swarupa, Tattva, true nature of jiva, which is Paramatma, that its repeated thinking is what? Bhakti. He gives other definition also. He is not happy with that, but he tells such a definition there, which is called Ahangraha Upasana. I am Vishnu. In this Upasana, the person, from his standpoint, he is not Vishnu. But he considers himself as what? Vishnu. In Shastra, such Upasanas are allowed, they are called as Ahangraha Upasana. So, some higher principle, I am, so meditating, called Ahangraha. Varieties of them are there. He gives that definition, but he is not happy with that because duality is there. Swaswarupana, my Swarupa is Tattva Paramatma Swarupa, Bhakti. So therefore, Bhakti word is also used for that state of mind absorbed in the Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, which is itself is Bhagavad Swarupa. Now, by this bhakti gained as described in 54, with that person who has become Brahma Bhutaha, what does he gain? That is now described in the 55th verse. Bhaktya mam abhijanati
Bhaktya mam abhijanati
yavan yaschasmi tattvataha
yavanyaschasmi tattvataha
tato mam tattvato jnatva
tato mam tattvato jnatva
vishate tadanantaram
vishate tadanantaram
bhaktya mam abhijanati
Bhaktya mam abhijanati
yavan yaschasmi tattvataha
yavanyaschasmi tattvataha
tato mam tattvato jnatva
tato mam tattvato jnatva
vishate tadanantaram.
vishate tadanantaram.
This person, with that person, as told in the earlier verse, that Brahma Bhutaha, Vidwan. Vidwan, don't take only scholar. Jnani also is called as Vidwan. This Jnani, Brahma Bhutaha. That person, Bhaktya, by Bhakti. Now you have to take what Bhakti? Jnana Lakshanaya Bhaktya. Bhakti characterized by Brahmadhyana as described earlier. Siddhi got, all the sadhanas taken, Brahmabhuta. That one who has got this Brahmadhyana, Jnana Lakshanaya Bhaktya. So by that bhakti, says, what does he do? Mam abhijanati. Knows me directly as if face to face. How? This way. Yavan, that is, Yavan yaha tatvataha yahacha. Two words are there. Yavan and yaha. We should know what is meant by these two. Yavan means here of to what extent in terms of what is called as the upadhis, upadhi vistara. Upadhis are what? We'll see in detail afterward. The embodiments and different names and forms attributed to Parabrahma Swarupa, we is free from that, but as what? Ishvara Tattva. See, Ishvara Tattva is a status of Parabrahma. Just as an individual is a father with respect to children. The children gives him the status that I generally say, someone came now, newly married, etc., they've got a child. Oh, promotion. What promotion? Father or mother. I said, not only one, many get promotion. Why? The parents of that grandfather, they become what? Grandfather, grandmother, it goes promotion. So like that, your promotion or demotion, we don't know, but something we did. So, a status of the creator, sustainer and destroyer, which is not for Brahma. And this is with respect to creation, Srishti. So, status. So, when he gets this status, what all upadhis he has got. And this Brahma itself, not simply Ishvara, entire cosmos. Bahusyam prajayeya. Let me become many. There is nothing else there. So the many has become is what? Truly Bhagavad Swarupa. But erroneously, because this Chidabhasa, we identify and confine and restrict ourselves to this body, me, other than this body, Jagat. We have brought this erroneous difference. So therefore, say this person, that in terms of upadhi, what all expanse, glories, riches are there. Parabrahma as Saguna Ishvara. And Nirupadhika, free from upadhi, what is my Swarupa, true nature? So Sopadhika, Saguna as Parameshwara is glories and expanse of upadhi. Nirupadhika, free from this thing as Satchidananda, Satyam Jnanamantam Brahma, Nirguna, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. Both must be there. Then only he knows what Bhagavad Swarupa is there. Because he is a Jivan Muktaha. Not that got Atma Jnana and that what? Body popped up. I told you, no. If that is the case, for every Vedanta class, an auxiliary department must be there. Clearance department. Suppose by mistake, he gains knowledge, dispose of. I told Nobody will dare to attend Vedanta class. Why? Suppose by mistake, if I get knowledge, what will happen? That's not the problem. Okay. So therefore, yavan, and that is how, what is my nature in terms of this with upadis, and yaha cha atmi tatvataha, in reality, in my true nature, what is me, that is my nature, this tatvataha abhijanati, knows exactly as what I am, and tataha, thereafter means after knowing, what does he do? What is the tataha? Meaning is given tataha. Tatvataha mam jnatva. Having known me in reality. Tadanantaram. Thereafter, what is that? Tadanantaram, thereafter. Mam vishate. He enters me. Mark it. Two verbs are there. Knowing and thereafterwards entering. He knows and thereafter enters. What is this? Knows and enters means two things are there. This is something which creates some problem. You know the house and thereafter you enter the house. You, the knower of the house, entity different from the house you enter. Different entities or not? So you know Paramatma and then enter means the knower of Paramatma must be different from the Paramatma you enter in. Bheda, Dvaita. How are you going to establish Advaita? A doubt comes. So therefore, Bhashyakara explains clearly there are no two things. How? He explains. There is no duality. How, etc. He will be explaining as such. So now we'll see the Bhashya. Tataha
ततः
ज्ञानलक्षणया भक्त्या
ज्ञानलक्षणया भक्त्या
माम अभिजानाति
माम् अभिजानाति
यावान अहम उपाधिकृत विस्तर भेदः
यावान् अहम् उपाधिकृतविस्तरभेदः
यश्च अहम विध्वस्त सर्वोपाधि भेदः
यश्च अहं विध्वस्त सर्वोपाधिभेदः
उत्तमः पुरुषः
उत्तमः पुरुषः
आकाशकल्पः
आकाशकल्पः
तं माम
तं माम्
अद्वैतं चैतन्यमात्रैकरसम्
अद्वैतं चैतन्यमात्र एकरसम्
अजम अजरम अमरम अभयम
अजम् अजरम् अमरम् अभयम् निधनम्
अनिधनम
निधनम्
तत्वतः अभिजानाति.
तत्वतः अभिजानाति.
Tataha, thereafter. What is that after? What was told in the earlier verse, param bhaktim labdva. Having gained the para bhakti as described in the earlier verse. And who is that? Brahma Bhuta. And what is the bhakti? Characterized by jnana. After gaining this bhakti, tataha, thereafter, therefore say, bhaktya, from the verse. What is that bhaktya? Jnana lakshanaya bhaktya. By the bhakti characterized by Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. Bhaktya. Mam abhijanati. He knows me. Mam, with that me, Brahma, Paramatmanam, Parameshwaram. Me, Paramatma, Brahma, Parameshwara. Me, what the? Me? Mam, abhijanati. What is abhijanati? Janati means knows. What is abhijanati? Abhimukhena janati. Abhimukhena means, we can say in English, face to face, directly. That means, before the knower and known, there is nothing intervening them. Nothing else is there, directly. Means, what does it mean? It is abhimukhena, face to face, means pratyagatmataya. Knows Bhagavan as the very Atma, my Swarupa. Between the Jiva and Paramatma, no distinction is there, one and the same entity. That is what abhimukhena janati, abhijanati. How does he know? Yavan. So Yavan. Up to what extent? What is it? Up to what extent aham, me, Paramatma, Parameshwara, in the Saguna Brahma, upadhikrita vistara bhedaha. So, me as upadhikrita, that is aupadhika swarupa. In terms of all the upadhis, the things superimposed on me, I wield them. I make use of them in the Srishti. So, aupadhika viswarupa. From the standpoint of my Saguna, with all the upadhis, vistara bhedaha. The bheda, the dvaita, in terms of vistara, expanse. Of what nature of expanse I am in terms of upadhi. So, what is this upadhi vistara bhedaha? It is said like this. All this manifest jagat, manifested by what? Maya kalpita, projected by Maya Shakti. I can't go in detail about Maya here. Maya is a postulate, a supposition to explain the Srishti creation, because Brahma is Satyam Jnanam Anantam, means avikriyam. It has no change. Any Srishti, any creation must necessarily have change. Without change, modification, no creation, birth is possible. That means any creation out of Brahma is next to impossible. And yet, we are facing Srishti 24/7. Now, where it has come? It can't be what? Vikriya, modification, transformation. Actual birth not possible. And yet it appears to be. There must be some power which projects like our stock example Vedanta. What is it? Rope appearing as the snake. If rope, the basis were not there, there is no occasion for snake. If Chaitanya, Paramatma, Brahma were not there means it is not possible, but supposition. So some power postulate. One need not make big fuss about this Maya, no? Mayavadi, Mithyavadi, and they say 7 defects in Mayavada. My dear sir, you are mistaken. We can point out 1,000 defects because we are not concerned with the Maya. We are making use of Maya as Upayaha Sovataraya. Gaudapadacharya in Mandukya say, all these words used, Srishti, creation, theory of creation given, are all Upaya. Means for what? Avataraya. Make you discover your Sarupa, to make you gain Brahmadhyana, Atmadhyana. Give only that much of importance to them. Otherwise, if you probe into them, defects are there. Vartikakara Sureshwaracharya in Brihadaranyaka Vartika says, Yaya yaya bhavet punsam vitpattir pratyagatmani sa saiva sadvi syat sacha anavasthita. Yaya yaya. That feminine is there. What is that? Prakriyaya. Mode of teaching. Punsam vyutpatti. Atmadhyana takes place. That prakriya is sadvi, the good one. As what? Means. But if you probe into that, sacha anavasthita. It is baseless, means there are many defects. Look, we are trying to know Atma, Brahma, which cannot be described by words. You may say, Brahma, you don't know, you are foul. Brahma, biggest. Biggest, my dear sir, is with respect to something small. You already cast the duality there. You know that? See, a child, no, somebody put in his brain, you know, that cupboard is there, no, that mirror is there, no, in that there is one child just like you. And went there and saw, yes, there is a child just like me. If I call, it was God. If I smile, if I grin, it grins. Mummy, see, there is one child. Mummy wanted to remove this bug from the mind of the child. Where is child there? Come here. See, is that child? No. It was true. There is no child. Earlier to that. Now, the child wanted to verify. Went near the mirror. What happened? So like that, when you say, how creation, why creation, when creation, my dear sir, you have cast creation. Why? You are asking cause and effect only in the realm of creation. Where? When time you are cast, space you have cast, something beyond our this thing. So therefore, so here, the Maya word is a means, and at the end, you find that there is nothing called Maya. You see, in Yoga Vasishta, at one place, dialogue between Rama and Vasishta. Earlier, Vasishtha had established avidya at length. Afterwards he says, there is no avidya. Rama, what? Bhagavan, you only had established avidya, and you are saying no. Yes, Rama, true. You know, at that time you were ajnani. I had to make use of avidya. Now you are no more ajnani. You don't need avidya supposition. So like that, Maya is a supposition. What it is? A postulate to explain a phenomenon which is inexplicable. Let us not make much fuss about it. What it means for gaining the knowledge. Vedanti doesn't establish something called Maya. See, don't try to know Maya. Get past Maya, that's all. Difficult. So, difficult to cross over. Mameva prapadante Maya metam taranti. Those who surrender to me, that's it, because such prepared mind is necessary. So, therefore, here, Upadhikrita Vistara Bhedaha. So that expanse that is projected by Maya only, some creative power, we don't know what it is all about, but it just, as the effect is seen, what is that expanse, we'll see. Okay?
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्य परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।